You're watching Car Coach Reports with Lauren Fix on CBT News.
This is the 2025 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid. It is a very popular compact SUV, and the reason it's popular, it's sporty. It's got technology and great fuel economy as well as versatility. There are 4 trim levels, S, SE, Nightshade, and XSE on this subcompact crossover. The 2025 Corolla Cross is Toyota's smallest SUV sold in the U.S. and measures just 4 inches shorter than the RAV4. So if you need more space, take a look at the RAV4. A new paint color has been added along with black accents for the side view mirrors, shark fin style radio antenna, and an HEV badge on the rear bumper. Standard equipment on the SE includes tinted windows, roof rails, blind spot monitoring, and paddle shifters. Warranty is 3 years, 36,000 miles with a powertrain warranty that covers 5 years or 60,000 miles. But that hybrid component, that's good for 10 years or 150,000 miles, which is a long time. Complimentary scheduled maintenance is covered for 2 years or 25,000 miles. Around the back, you've got your wiper blade down here, which again, I always say wish it was tucked up underneath this wing, but not necessary. Black logos are here, showing that this is a hybrid. This is the SE trim level. Underneath, you have 21 cubic feet of storage. Fold down the split rear seats of 60/40, and you're at 40 cubic feet of storage, which is quite a bit. There's not a lot of competitors in this category, but this one holds a lot of stuff. No spare tire, just a tire inflation product to keep this vehicle light and better fuel economy. The Corolla Cross seats 5 people, and the XSE trim level has a faux leather upholstery, but it does offer heated front seats and a power driver's side, which is a really nice feature to have and not that much more, and certainly something to consider. And I do like this red interior matching the exterior, very classy and very sporty. Second row is tight, as you might expect from any compact SUV. Getting into the second row, well, it's kind of flat back here, but I do like the red cushions, very classy. There is no center cup holders, but there is vents behind the center console and 2 USB-C charge ports. Your cup holders, however, are in the door, but that's pretty much it when it comes to features other than window lifts. But there is privacy glass, and they've done a really nice job. Considering the price point, and you're looking at the competitors, they're very equal. Under the hood of our test vehicle is a hybrid engine. There is a non-hybrid available, but our test vehicle is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine with 3 electric motors, making combined horsepower of 196, which is pretty good, giving it 42 miles to the gallon combined, 0 to 60 times 7.9 seconds, and it rides on 18-inch wheels. All-wheel drive is standard with the hybrid powertrain. The first thing you're going to notice is it is a bit loud in here. Right now it is super quiet and all you're hearing is the wiper blades and the rain outside. But when it sits, it makes this weird noise. It's almost like it's the CVT, which is the transmission. And I'm hoping it's just this specific car. And I apologize if it is this specific car, because we get all kinds of cars and there's been a lot of different drivers in them, and sometimes we don't know if they abuse them. I do not. However, there are some people that do. So it's possible that this car has some sort of glitchy thing. But in the meantime, if you hear it, that's what you're hearing. It's this weird, like, running engine type of thing, like a separate engine. But it might be the electric motors. You can always drown that out with the audio system. By the way, 8-inch center screen. It includes Apple CarPlay, Android Auto standard, as well as all the safety features are standard. If you wish to update for the convenience package, there's additional charge. There are some additional options that are available. The convenience package of $1,250, the JBL Premium Audio at $800, the adaptive front headlights at $615, and the 2-tone paint option, which is $500. Real gauges, I like that because people that own these cars are going to drive them for a very long time. Corollas are one of those cars that change hands multiple times. People that own them either keep them for a long time or they go secondhand. And that is something that you would expect from a Toyota Corolla. I mean, they're known for the resale. They're known for their reliability. But this is a hybrid. It's a little different. So you've got electric motors involved here. So that may be what I'm hearing, and I'm just not expecting it. Typically, Corolla, if you buy any Corolla across the lineup, it is a great car and you won't go wrong. And I love the fact that they decided to make this SUV. It has been out for a few years now. But when they first brought it to us and showed it to us sort of in secret, I said, oh, that is smart. For those who don't want sedans but want SUVs, you use a name that is already extremely successful, Corolla, and you make it an SUV. It's actually quite genius. But Toyota's been putting out some good products and they haven't fallen for the all-EV lineup. They're offering hybrids, which is what people want because they want that fantastic fuel economy. Now, some of the competitors do get better fuel economy, the Kia and the Hyundai, but that may not be what you want. So make sure you test drive them all and then, of course, check with your insurance agent. That's where you're really going to see the difference is the payment, obviously, and then that additional insurance fee. But as far as the vehicle in itself, I like everything about this car. I have from day one. I just thought it was just so smartly put together. Everything that you would expect in a Corolla, reliability, ease of use, function, everything, super easy to use, real controls and so forth, reliability, good warranty, everything is easy to use. You've got your audio controls on the left, your cruise control on the right. There's paddle shifters. I don't know if you're ever going to use them. I always kind of chuckle with the paddle shifters on cars like this. Yeah, you might need it going up a steep hill, but most people will never use it. I like the fact they made soft touch materials here. Everything is really easy to use. There's plenty of charge ports, heated seats. The driver's seat gets the comfort. It gets the lumbar, it gets the power. The passenger, they get to suffer. They do not get lumbar. It is a manual seat, literally manual for everything. And I mean, this price point, that's about what you're expect with the competitors as well. It's not just this vehicle, it's all this entire class. Now, as far as other parts of this vehicle that are great, tons of storage in the doors, big glove box as well. There's a wireless charger up front in our test vehicle, good size glove box, 2 cup holders, and there are drive modes. And if you go into those drive modes, it's sport, normal, and eco. You can only see that right here in front between the 2 gauges. I mean, in eco, it's not going to be a rocket ship. In normal, that's where most people are going to drive it because you're still going to get phenomenal fuel economy. I mean, that's really important. And then in sport, it pulls. It does a nice job. And I think that's one of the things that people don't think about when you get a vehicle. It's like, yeah, that'll work. And it does. So we're going to go back to normal because that's what most people do. There's also an EV mode. So if you're just futzing around town, you need to run some errands, you're sitting in a drive-through. The EV mode makes the most sense because then you're not using up fuel. You're just using the electric motors and it regens. Now, all the safety features are standard on this car, and you can adjust that through the controls on the steering wheel. Super easy to use. Everything about this car is very intuitive. You've got a new driver and you want to put them in a car, send them to college or high school, or you just want to be budget friendly. This is a very reliable budget friendly car. And that's one of the things about Toyota Corollas. I mean, they've been around forever. Since they came out, they've been reliable cars, and people that have them love them, and they're very loyal. My uncle actually has one, and he won't get rid of it. He bought a Corolla sedan, but now he's calling me looking for the Corolla Cross because he wants to be able to go to Costco and get all his stuff and be able to fit it in his vehicle, which you can't do in a sedan, which is why people like SUVs. You get the best of all worlds. So it's something certainly to consider. As far as the vehicle in itself, the seats are really comfortable. There is good bolstering on these seats. And I think that's important because if you're going on a drive, you want to be comfortable. At least the driver's side's comfortable. The passenger side, it depends on you, but you can always put like something there. As far as ride and handling, this vehicle does get a bit loud inside on the highway, but many of the hybrids do, and I don't think that's this vehicle. I think it's the way these engines are designed. If you don't want it all gas and you want to go with a hybrid, they do shut off. There is no start-stop technology, which drives me crazy because I hate the start-stop technology, but you're saving a tablespoon of gas. Yeah, about a tablespoon, actually. You can hear it's a bit on the loud side, but you can always drown that out with some good tunes. Right now, I have the radio off because I really want you to hear what it's like. Brakes are really nicely balanced. This vehicle does everything you'd want it to. Great visibility, by the way. There's a really nice crystal clear backup camera, huge piece of glass out the front, really nice. Just everything about this car is reliable, it's value-based, you're gonna get exactly what you're paying for, and you won't be disappointed in this purchase. I think that's one of the things about Toyota, not that the competitors are bad, they're all great vehicles, but you gotta find out what works best for you. But overall, this vehicle really does what it says it's gonna do, and I think that's why the Corolla Cross has been so successful as the Corolla. Let's take a look at my pros and cons. Let's talk about pricing and the few competitors that are in this class. There are some pros and cons when it comes to the Corolla Cross. High fuel efficiency for this all-wheel drive SUV, touchscreen interface is really easy to use, and it's quicker and more efficient than the standard Corolla Cross. On the negative side, well, of course, there's less rear legroom. It is a small SUV, and the engine can get kind of loud and buzzy during hard acceleration. The Corolla Cross Hybrid competes with the Kia Niro, the Hyundai Kona, and the Kia Seltos. The 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid ranges from $29,845 to $33,000. Our test vehicle was fully loaded and came in at $34,700. This is still a very value-based SUV, and it's a Toyota Corolla in reality, but it gives you more flexibility, which makes this a great value and why it's such a popular SUV. I'm Lauren Fix. Thanks so much for watching.
Thanks for watching Car Coach Reports on CBT News.